Okay, welcome back, boys. This is my third video of the same topic, which is the chemical bonding. So, in my first video, I told you about the ionic bond. In my second video, I told you about the covalent bond. And in my third video, again, I am going to talk about the covalent bond. But if you see, this video is the follow up of my last video in which I told you covalent compounds are of two types: polar and non-polar covalent compounds. So how are they different? What are their properties? So today, and why one is polar and why one is non-polar. Today I'm going to teach all this in my this video. So let us start with polar and non-polar compounds. Now if you see, I have one compound. This is HCl, and I have one more compound here, which is Cl2 chlorine. Now, if you see, chlorine is non-polar and HCl is polar. Why so? Why HCl2 is non-polar but HCl is polar? So, if you focus here, boys, you can see here that in case of HCl, I have hydrogen combining with chlorine. Hydrogen combining with chlorine, and because hydrogen is less electronegative than chlorine, or shall I say chlorine is more electronegative than hydrogen, so what happens once they form the bond? The electron pair which is shared, between the two atoms moves slightly towards chlorine. You can see I have put this dot and cross more towards chlorine side, and because of that, chlorine will have slightly negative charge, del negative, and hydrogen will have partial positive charge. So this formation of partial positive and partial negative charge within a molecule, because of electron density is more on one side, less on one side, other side of the double of the bond, this results in the formation of polar covalent compounds. Let me explain again. When the electron pair which is shared between the two atoms is present much more closer to the towards one atom, and it is far away from the another atom, then this kind of a bond is polar covalent bond. It is formed when two atoms have large difference in electronegativity. So you can see here already I have written electronegativity difference is high. But when they have equal electronegativity, the electron pair will be present at the center of the bond. So they will not have partial positive or partial negative charge like in case of Cl2. So Cl2 is a non-polar compound and HCl is a polar compound, because in this what is happening? The electron pair is present more towards chlorine and less towards hydrogen. So that is how these compounds are formed. So one is polar, one is non-polar. Already I explained you what are polar and what are non-polar. Now the next thing which I want to explain here is how this polarity development in these compounds result in their properties, how their properties are changed. So you can see that if chlorine Cl2 is non-polar and HCl is polar. Now because HCl is polar, it will show some remarkable properties. I will tell you very easy thing here. Now you can say that HCl is soluble in water. HCl, hydrogen chloride. Boys, HCl is a gas which is highly soluble in water, and when it dissolves in water it forms hydrochloric acid. So that's why it is so much soluble in water, because it is polar in nature. So when a compound is polar in nature, it can dissolve very easily in water. So that is the one thing. And one more thing I want to tell you, boys, when these polar compounds are there, when they get dissolved in water, they undergo ionization. What? They undergo ionization means when HCl will get dissolved in water, it will give you H positive ion and Cl negative ion. So this is known as ionization. So they undergo ionization. And non-polar compounds does not undergo ionization. It is very important, boys, because if you see your keep on looking in your last year papers, they ask you this thing. They give you an example of CCl4, carbon tetrachloride, which is a non-polar compound. Because it is a non-polar compound, so it does not undergo ionization in water. It remains only in the molecular form. So it contains only molecules, but it contains ions when dissolved in water. It's a very important question in ICSE. They keep on asking you, and they ask you this specific example, CCl4. So CCl4, because it is non-polar in nature, it does not ionize. Okay, so these are the basic things which you can see here. And obviously polar compounds have their boiling points are much more higher because they can attract each other with a very the strength is much more intermolecular strength, so that's why they have high boiling point also as compared to non-polar covalent compounds. Now, so that is the thing here. Now HCl is a polar compound and Cl2 is a non-polar compound. We have many non-polar compounds which are non-polar, but still they get dissolved in water because they can form other hydrogen bonding, like glucose is example. So even though glucose has a different concept, but it can form hydrogen bonding with water, so it is soluble in water. But here we are not going to that level. It is in class 11th and 12th. We discuss hydrogen bonding there much more. Here we don't have to discuss that much. We just have to discuss what is polar and what is non-polar. So again, I'm telling you, when the electron-negativity difference between the two combining atom is large, they form a polar covalent bond, and when the electron-negativity difference is not that large, it is similar, they form a non-polar polar covalent bond. A non-polar compound is mostly insoluble in water. It does not ionize, whereas polar compounds are soluble in water and they ionize. They form ions in water. Thank you, friends. And the next video when I will come, I will teach you about the coordinate bond. Thank you, boys.